This is Hornet Nation.
Welcome back. I'm Josh Sirota.
And I'm Robert Braley. On this episode of Hornet Nation, we'll be interviewing Coach Jake Fosdick, introduced two wrestlers in Saline.
Also throughout the show, we will report on the winter sports and how they did this season. First off, the women's basketball team. The team ended their season with a record of 11 wins and 9 losses. They finished in third place in the SEC Red Conference. This was also their third time in 4 years with a positive record.
First-year coach Jake Fosdick led the men's basketball team to a season record of 13 wins and 10 losses, creating several upsets throughout their season. The boys lost Ypsilanti 49-22 in the district semifinals at Monroe.
Coach Fosdick has had a phenomenal record with the JV team these past years. We sat down with him to see how the transition has been from JV and varsity and what makes him a successful coach.
All right, so today on this Coach's Corner, we sit down with Coach Jake Fosdick, of a men's varsity basketball coach. How are you today, Coach?
Good, Cooper. How you doing?
Good.
Good. Thanks for having me.
No problem. You applied for this job back in spring of 2015. What was going through your mind when you were applying?
I was excited and also nervous. I was excited for the opportunity to, get an interview. Obviously, you're nervous that you might not get it. Having a relationship with the players, I felt pretty confident, but still the unknown was kind of a little scary.
Last year, you coached boys JV basketball. You had a record of 16-4. Then you come into this year and have a record of 10-9. What do you think is through like the group change and all that?
There's definitely an adjustment from the JV to varsity level, and coming into this year, we really had two guys with varsity minutes who had varsity experience. So getting, our juniors and even our seniors who hadn't played a lot last year accustomed to it's a different pace, it's a different speed, the intensity, getting used to that was definitely a challenge. And same with me, coaching at the varsity level is different than coaching at the JV level. So it's just adjustments, and we just had to, keep going throughout the year. And, I think towards the end of the year, we're starting to click and get more comfortable.
What's one thing that you expect to get out of your future teams, and do you have a certain team to come along to play for you in the next few years, and why?
Yeah, expectation-wise, I want to win. I want to win just like every other program in this school. I want to take the basketball program and stand it right next to all the other great programs we have, and that's what I expect to do. And I expect to have a great tournament this year, and moving forward, we got a lot of guys coming back, and next year just to keep building and get better every year, see where we can go with this thing. Believe in our team. The students of section is getting bigger and bigger. We love having you out there. The guys love having you out there. It fires everybody up. It's way more fun to play in front of a crowd. Hopefully we'll do our job and continue to get some big wins to keep bringing you guys out. But thanks.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Thanks to Coach Fosdick for helping make the boys' basketball team successful. We hope to see you more in the future.
Both the boys and girls bowling team dominated the SEC Red Division, both taking home conference titles, with the boys having a record of 12 wins and 2 ties, and the girls having a record of 10 wins and 4 ties.
Neither teams were defeated throughout the season. Abby Mayer, Jared Cadell, and Drake Jones have competed in the state finals in Clinton. Boys team came in 8th place, while the girls came in 11th place, respectively.
The gymnastics team finished their regular season league championship while finishing 6th at regionals and sent 4 players, Katie Tapia, Claire Amstutz, Sarah Friedrichsen, and Lisa Heider to states.
The wrestling team won the SEC Red District title for their 6th consecutive year, with a record of 18 wins and 12 losses. Dylan Powers and Dan Papor went to the individual state finals in the Palace of Auburn Hills, with Dylan finishing 6th and Daniel finishing 7th in their respective weight classes.
Speaking of wrestling, Saline has 2 unique wrestlers on their team. We sat down with them to hear their story.
Here at Saline, we have 2 girls who broke the molds and joined the wrestling team. I caught up with them to see how they got started wrestling and what it's like to be a part of the team.
My brother has been wrestling for about
10 or 11 years, and after growing up watching him wrestle, I really wanted to get into it. So when I moved to Saline, I joined the middle school team my 8th grade year.
I was looking for a sport that was more aggressive and harder than soccer, which I was currently playing, and I think I just kind of fell in love with it along the way.
First, I guess it was kind of awkward, and I always just got like stared at by different parents and stuff, and when I first came into the room, but now I think they got used to it, and it's more like a family and a team.
I don't think there's like really any difference after a while because we're all a team. You don't really see any gender difference. Not like, oh, I'm gonna be wrestling a girl or I'm gonna be wrestling a guy next. It's more about, am I gonna win? Am I gonna lose?
It's definitely different, but I know they're starting to do a lot more with girls wrestling in college, and they're starting, like on the West Coast, they're starting girls high school teams. But it's definitely different out in Michigan because there's not that many. And there's a few girls from other schools that I look up to just because they're really good and they've been working for a while.
There's gonna be guys who are gonna try to tell you that you shouldn't. It's weird to be a girl wrestler. It isn't, it's a sport.
The wrestling team finished the season with a record of 18 wins to 12 losses. Good luck to the girls and the entire team next season. I'm Matthew Adel, back to you in the studio.
It's nice to see how two girls are fighting against stereotypes by doing something that makes them happy. We look forward to seeing them compete again next year.
This year's competitive cheer team will certainly go down in history, with seniors Terza Hill, Lloyd McCarthy, and Caddy Recknagel leading the team to their first ever home invitational win. Coach Kelly Vaughn will be retiring, but will help transition the team program.
The hockey team finished their season with 11 wins and 14 losses. Making it to the playoffs, they were defeated in the first round to Trenton 2-5. This was Coach Denton's 15th and last year coaching the team.
Recently, the boys swim and dive team won the SEC Red title with 511 points, led by senior captains Jacob Ehrman and Ryan Klepner. The team sends 11 swimmers to the state meet today and tomorrow at Holland Aquatic Center. We'll follow up with the results in next show. Good luck this week, guys.
Well, that concludes this week's episode of Hornet Nation.
Join us in 2 weeks when we begin the spring season. Thanks for watching and have a great week, Hornets.